Hello everyone and welcome to Aviassembly, where today we are gonna be doing some more flying planes and designing planes and doing a bit of everything else. This is where we left off at the lovely exploded nuclear power plant, which turns out is the reason behind all of the earthquakes that have been devastating the region. And as is normal, I landed next to the exploded nuclear power plant. As for what we're flying here, this is the Gigan. I'm probably going to swap this out shortly. This is a fun, very, very fast plane. It is not the easiest to fly by any means, so we had a much more stable design that was good for long distance slow speed. So that's what we're going to be doing a little bit more of. Anyway, we've just got to our new region here. So first stream we completed the sort of grassland region. Then we rounded up this icy part. We're now over here in the desert region. And we've been asked to deliver 4 syringes and 50 water to the explosion site. We have put in our new little marker. What I'm going to do is return to base and start off with seeing about just kind of resetting our plane. Let's go exit back to base, edit plane, and put this one on hold. Certainly if we've got timed missions, this was working really well for timed missions. It is incredibly fast, but it can't really carry that much, and it does not turn well. So we're going to save this as the Gigan, and then we are going to load the Chunky. This was the plane as we ended up with at the end of last time. Now we can certainly do a lot to this. We've got quite a lot more cash on hand than we did when leaving this off. I am just going to check if we've got any research options available. I do have a little bit of scrap that we can use. I'm not sure what the next major upgrades are going to be. Certainly better wings wouldn't be a bad one. The larger cockpit would be very useful. And yeah, we can look into electric stuff as well. Nothing here that's jumping out immediately. What I'm going to do is going to take this plane, take this plane as is, pretty much. We're going to be replacing this pretty soon, I feel. But for now, I'm going to take this over to the water plant and see what kind of mass 50 water is going to require. So let's try not put down a marker. There we go. So yeah, let's go take off, see what we can do. Rolling along the runway, and if anyone's not seen the previous streams, this is KSP-for-planes, pretty much. Aviassembly. So we do little missions, we get paid for the missions, meaning we can build better planes. This was our current workhorse last time. Definitely is a good plane. Sorry, just getting used to the controls again. We'll just have to see what kind of challenges this new area throws at us. The last one was a lot of short takeoff and landing. Do have a little parachute on the back. They want 3 chemicals to keep the water clean. Cool. Well, that's easy enough. Okay, so to deliver, what was it? 50 water. We would need 500 space on board to do it in one trip. and that would double the mass of the plane, which probably is a bit too much. Let's start off with a little bit easy. Let's just take 30 water, see what happens. This plane is now really heavy. We may well need to already go for a redesign. For now though, let's reset to the end of the runway. And then we are flying over here to the nuclear power plant. Yeah, I don't think we've unlocked too much new technology that this plane can make use of, but we have got a load more money available, so we can probably do a fair amount of upgrades there. And this thing is at least taking off and flying with being twice its empty weight. Ooh, coins. Yay, you got them. Now that's just a little bit extra research that we can use. See the nuclear power plant as we're approaching it. Have they actually put a cooling tower at the end of the runway? Or am I coming in cross runway? Who knows. Avoid that lot. Brake. There we go, not too bad. Managed to do that, our first little delivery. 800 coins. Only need 20 more water. Nice. Oh. Hey, what do they produce radioactive waste. That's great. I don't think we want to be taking radioactive waste on board until someone gives us a good reason to. What I'm going to do is going to fly back towards the water site. I'm going to land on the mine on the way back to see what their mission is. So all of these little bases will have little missions for us. Yeah, this is nice and chill and relaxing compared to big frantic DCS. And it's cute and adorable. And I really enjoy it. And that's the main thing about games, is find ones that you actually have fun with. Here we go, just flying along, nice and easy. Keep an eye out for any scrap that we can pick up on the way. I think we're already, yeah, let's start slowing down already. Gear coming down. There we go. We heard a large explosion. Sure did. Our workers have started to get sick. Oh good. Radiation sickness. Yay. Some supplies help your workers get better. Yeah, sure. They need water, syringes, and fish. Okay. I don't know about fish being a radiation cure, but we'll take it. Right, in that case we can't quite do all of that. I'm going to go and design a new plane at this point. Just see if we can get something that can take at least 450, then I can do both water deliveries in one. So let's go back to base. And let's, yeah, edit this plane. We've got a little bit more research, but I don't think enough to unlock anything. Now, there's the new Delta wing, which is nice, but I'm not too fussed about that. So currently we've got the straight wing. We can replace that with the small jet wing. Lower drag, more lift. A lot more strength. A little bit more weight. more fuel. Yes, that seems just like a win. So it should have mirror on. There. Right. So gonna take off the old wings. So weirdly small. And it does say they do provide more lift, so well, I'll take it. They just look really small compared to the others. Yeah. Oh well. Says it should be fine. Right, and then what is the cost of our engines? Yeah, so $3,000 each for the big ones. Yes, I can put a pair of them on. That's our $3,000. Not quite got enough to upgrade to a 4-engine design. Could, however, give us a little bit more thrust by doubling up the little engines at the back. And yeah, don't worry, I will fix the colours in just a second. Just trying to get a design that works reasonably. We did unlock canards. They do give a little bit of lift. I'm going to put canards on just to give us a little bit more lift. Unfortunately, I think we're going to struggle getting the cargo capacity up too much more. Yeah, because I'm wanting like an extra 450 to do it all in one. I think that's really going to be... So 150 to be doing it all. Yeah, it's making the plane ridiculously long. I'll take this as an interim upgrade then. Have better wings, a little bit more thrust, same amount of fuel. Just going to check the centre of gravity. Yep, good thing I did, because do want the rear landing gear slightly behind the centre of gravity, otherwise the plane falls over, which is really embarrassing. Otherwise, let's paint on the new parts. No, I don't want to do that. I want to paint that black. There we go. This will do as a little upgrade. So I'm not going to be able to do what I wanted and do all of that in one run. But we'll be able to finish off the water quest nice and easily. And then the water place wants chemicals. So yeah, let's go over here. Yeah, so I think research upgrades, my high priority ones are the big wing and the big cockpit. I think that'll let us kind of get into the kind of final generation of aircraft. Oh, I definitely feel the extra thrust here. Yeah, substantially more thrust. Oh, drunk plane. And nice stop. There we go, we can reset. Yeah, the wing area looks weird. In its statistics, it is giving more lift than the other wings, but they're substantially smaller. I get the feeling that it's a mistake in the scaling of the wing. I think they're supposed to be a lot bigger than they are. It's partly why I want to get the new wing shape, is just so it doesn't look quite so not good. Right, we need 20 water. There we go. Refuel. Put in a map marker. There we go. I've just realised with that fish delivery we're going to have to deliver the fish from the ice thing in order to get that anywhere near on time. We are definitely going to have to use the Gigabyte or some variant of it to be able to do that. That is a long run that we're going to have to do. So this current design flies well. Looks ridiculous, but it flies well. There we go, there's the last of the water. Extra grand. Right, now this place wanted syringes. The research station is giving needles and chemicals. These guys want chemicals, so I'll be going over to the research station next. It's going to reset, so I'm actually vaguely near a runway. Yeah, this thing has a lot of thrust behind it. Yeah, no need to put on any resources, any cargo, can only get nuclear waste. No one right now wants nuclear waste, so it'll be interesting to see who in the end wants it delivered. There's a new airbase here which I may as well land at. See what their little missions are. This is a conventional landing approach, don't worry everyone. We did not receive the raw materials. Can you deliver them? Yeah, you probably didn't receive your raw materials because of the large explosion. Titanium, chemicals and water. Okay, so they just need a bunch of stuff. Alright, and yep, we'll also have Falcata in Thrust We Trust. Now, this thing does go fast. It's no Gigabyte in terms of its speed, but it can get a shifty on. Oh, there we go. There is the chemical plant. Looking very sci-fi. Oh yeah, high levels of radiation because of the nuclear explosion. We are producing an antidote, but we need resources. Can you help us? Yay! Okay. So what do they need? They need titanium, chips, and ice. Ice is going to be an interesting one. We get ice from over there. That is a long trip. Plus ice is fragile, so it's going to smash. Because I am not good at landing with the ice. Okay, right, let's reset at one end of the airfield and see what kind of... Okay, so the... Oh no. The chemicals are a timed resource with a large mass. And the syringes are a timed resource that are fragile. Okay, I see what the challenge is going to be on this one then. It's all of the challenges from before wrapped up together. Oh god. What is going to be the best way about this? What are the timings? 35 seconds on chemicals, 30 on needles. I'm just going to try going flat speed, get to the place where we can deliver the needles. So that is 4 syringes. And full thrust. May have to dig the Gigan out of its early retirement after all. Because this plane is not cutting it. No, that is not even close. Okay. Right, plan B, there's a mine over here. This plane should be good for delivering mining supplies. Landing gear, landing gear. Hi guys. Right, who wanted... We've got titanium and lead. Right, they want titanium. They want titanium. Okay, we can do this. And they're outputting chips, so I should be able to fly titanium over here, grab the chips, fly the chips over there. I'm hoping the chips do not expire. Oh god, it's 150 space per titanium. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to do a major upgrade as soon as we can. I just really need some more scrap so I can actually get some new things. Yeah, okay. I'll fly as many titanium as I can up to the factory. Which is 2. 2 entire titanium. And I can get chips from the factory, deliver them to the research plant. If nothing else, that'll be giving us a bunch of money. Oh, I didn't check the weight. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, this is real heavy. Oh god, this does not currently want to be flying. I can keep it level with like a 20-degree angle of attack. That's an idea. Ooh, scrap. I can't really turn for that scrap without dying, but I know it's there. So I need to remember that south of the chip factory is scrap. Bonk. Bonk. Only 2 my 9 coins for that. That's a rip-off. It's a harrowing journey. Alright. Okay. Chips are fragile but not timed. They need 5. I can fit 3 in. Some of these are going to break on landing. I'm just saying that up front here. Let's get that. No. Uploaded in. I'm thinking I'm going to need to crack out the Gigan design immediately in order to get some of these time deliveries, because that was working, and a lot of these are straight shots. And the Gigan is fine as long as I'm not trying to turn the thing. Hey, I didn't break any! I didn't break any! Perfect. Little bit of coins. Only need 2 more chips. Yeah. Right, let's just compare this. So... I could try and do the chemical delivery to the... Might be able to get the chemical delivery to the factory there. I'll give it a go, and if it fails, then I am going to take out the Gigan and see what we can do. Gear up. The advantage of this one is it does have a lot higher cargo capacity, so this is looking possible. No, it's going to be real close, but I think we're just going to be too slow. Yeah, chemicals expired. Okay, digging out the Gigan time. It is a small miracle. I managed to land something without smashing my entire cargo. I'm proud of myself. Right. I'm going to save this as the Chunky Mark II. But then we're going to go back over to this lovely aircraft, the Gigan, in all its lovely glory. Do we have enough actually to give this a slow upgrade? Yeah, we do. We can delete those, put those on. That'll give us a little bit more fuel on this thing, and notably less drag, so this will be even faster. Definitely can't stick more engine on. These are 3,500 per engine. Right. Okay. Right. So which one am I going to try? Oh, what is the cargo capacity on this? I completely forget. Okay, 150. Yeah, so I'm just going to fly over, see if I can grab some needle type things. Oh, there's a base we've not been to yet. Oh yeah, this thing doesn't like slowing down. And it doesn't like having engine performance when it's slow. Had a reactor proposed. Yeah, we know there's been an explosion. The situation is critical. We need to prepare the facility for radioactive waste storage. Can you get the supplies here? Maybe. Mostly, what I need you to do is give me fuel. Right, they want titanium and lead. That should be easy enough to do. Oh god, this thing is so short takeoff. I don't particularly need a runway. That's fine, that's how planes land. It's all good. Right, okay. So, yeah, let's have a go at this. 4 syringes. I'm aware that's 5 syringes. That is because I'm expecting some to break, because this is a fragile and a timed mission. Oh, that's the landing that's going to be tricky here. Damn. Damn. Yeah, that is not the easiest. And I suppose I can bring another water chip back to the research station. Have another go. Damn, that is a hard delivery. That one's quite nice. That one will give me the ability to research the new cockpit. For now, yeah, I'm going to restart. I'm going to do the microchip delivery. The Gigan is evolving. Yeah, it is a tight delivery, yeah. I can get there, I just can't land the thing safely in the speed. Right, yeah, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go here, grab some computer chips. I'm going to grab the scrap that I saw just to the south of it. Somewhere around here, I thought. Yeah, this does not have a small turning circle. Even with its little... Yeah, there's... I can see the scrap. Screw it, I'll try picking up the scrap after I take off. It's probably going to be the easiest one. There we go. Right, okay, let's reset. I can only fit one chip in with the Gigan. The Gigan is not designed for large-scale transportation. It is designed to... Where is that goddamn scrap? I'll get it one of these days. This is just designed for pure speed. I'm so gonna break these. Yeah. Yeah. No, I came way too fast there. Plane. Plane. Oh, screw it. Take off. The advantage of this is it can start flying from anywhere. The disadvantage is I can't turn it. Right. Okay. Plan C. Yeah, that is a very, very large microchip there. It is several tons. Alright, no, don't. No. How do I cancel? There we go. Save this as the Gigan, because this has had an upgrade. I'm going to pick up the Chunky Mark II. And we are going to do some of the other nice, slower, relaxing ones. So we can get the water nice and easily, then we can get resources from there and deliver it over there. That should give us a fair chunk of stuff that might help us move towards being able to upgrade our other aircraft. Yeah, there are shadows, but I think the problem is the sun is always directly above where you are, and so when you can only see the shadows immediately before landing. See, there it is. Landed without my gear. No one saw that, it's fine. Right. You people wanted 15 water. Just hop this across to the mine. Whoa! Pull my gear up a little bit too soon there. Slow down. See, perfect landing. Little bit of money. Alright, importantly, who wanted stuff? Titanium, one titanium there, one over there, one over there, and one lead. Okay. So I'll do 2 titanium. I'll take some to the chip factory, deliver that, pick up the remaining chips that I need, deliver them over there. That sounds like a plan. Let's get the map sorted. Yeah, even looking at that shadow now... Oh god, this thing's heavy. I think the shadow does need more contrast to it. It's there, but it's so hard to see. There's a scrap. I can see the scrap this time. I can get the scrap I'm determined to. There we go. 5-hole scrap. Come on, then. There we go. There's the titanium, some more money. Alright, yeah, reset and repair. I can, yeah, pick up one of the chips. I can't pick up both and do the titanium, but that's fine. Yeah, that needs water anyway, so I'll be able to do that. Yeah, don't need that. Okay, we're full on fuel, let's go. My current plan is if we can get enough cash, we can strap another 2 engines onto the Gigabyte, and that way it will go faster. I think this is available on mobile. I have seen things, I've not checked myself, but I have seen things that make me think it is, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. So if this is available on mobile, well, that would be quite a lot of fun for a nice little mobile game. And yeah, I think that's why the graphics are very much pared down. I don't mind it, it's very much vanilla KSP-ish to me. There we go. Hi, Co-Gamer. Even faster, even less control. Yeah, exactly. That's what the Gigan's all about. You don't turn, you just point at where you want to go, floor it, question mark profit. Right, that has generated some money. I'm not going to try the timed missions on this plane. What I will do is fly straight to the mine. Actually, what's the best way? Yeah, fly straight to the mine. I'm going to do this run. That way we get 30 research. I could really use some more research. Right. Yeah. So we're going to head that way. Yeah, that's true. Just circle the Earth until we need alignment to land. It is basically an orbiter. You just choose when you start to descend to come down on the right part of the planet. Here we go. Nicely. Nice little jump. Over gears. Bonk. Maybe the Gigan just needs more control surfaces, like put canards on its canards. That makes things better, right? Alright, let's take the hefty one, the lead, because that's the thing that only this can transport. Let's refuel it. And then... yeah, this should be a easy enough little run through. And just go on that. Plane goes this way, goes it's over here. There we go, there's the lead. Oh. Well, it took off. I thought we did replace the canards, the mini wings with actual canards last time at some point. We definitely unlocked them because that's what I've stuck on the front of this thing. Right, let's reset to align us, then we just need... Actually... Does anyone else need titanium? They've got all theirs, they've got all theirs. Yeah, okay, so there's only need for one titanium anywhere, so let's go get that sorted. Come on plane, heavy plane, turn around plane. I'll double check. I definitely unlocked commands, but I may have not put them on. We'll check shortly. Oh, there we go. First full mission complete. Which means we get some bonus scrap. We're going to need even more materials. Of course you are. Why would you ever check before putting in an order? So 2 titanium, 2 lead, 30 water. Got 5 grand. We're going to need 7 grand to put on the extra 2 Gigan engines. We do need to do a little more deliveries. I can do the 2 titanium in one lot. Can also deliver water. Yeah, actually, I'm going to deliver the water first. Refuel. Deliver the water to the place up north. Grab the giant microchips, because this plane can actually take them and potentially land them in impact. That'll be multiple missions wrapped up. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, we are trading titanium for scrap here. They did give us money as well, I suppose. Grudgingly. Right. Now we're going up north, they want 30 water up there. Which this can do in one. Let's go. Oh, it's heavy. It's a heavy plane. We can do these long trips, no problem. There we go, got the water delivered. How much money are we going to get for that? That's a nice chunk of money, actually. Almost to the 7 grand we need to do my stupid idea on the Gigans, so that is definitely something. Right, then this place needed 1 more chip. I'm going to take 3 more chips. So even though last time I managed not to break any, I do not trust myself at all. Let's begin slowing down. There's the runway. Everything's fine when you do a barrel roll. Definitely need landing gear on this one. Come on, nice and gently, nice and gently. Perfect, no breakage. Getting there, cash rise. Definitely not there yet, but we're getting that. Yeah, just checking on the various things. So yeah, that's... Yeah, they needed water, so yeah. Let's go grab 2 titanium. Nice big chunk of titanium. Should give us money getting towards the amount that we need for the big upgrade. Oh yeah, I still have quantum chips on board. Never mind those. 2 titanium. Refuel. Come on, plane. No, you want to do it. No, you want to take off. Oh, this thing's so heavy with the double titanium on it. Dude, scrap. I know where that is for next time. I can't really move it, apparently. Please say the cones aren't collidable. There we go. Even the cash rewards for the titanium really don't seem that worthwhile compared to the effort of actually getting over there. Still, we're only 400 off the amount that we need for the Gigan upgrade. Unfortunately, these leads we're going to have to do one at a time. Oh, there's the scrap. Never mind. Forgot about that. Bonk. Yeah. Right, but I know where I'm going. I think 1 lead is still lighter than 2 titanium, so it seems a little bit more stable, not massively stable. So the scrap was there. Right, it's okay, we'll get it this time. Or next time. Nice little reverse thrust to end there. Refuel and then unloading this thing. Pretty much has no run-up. Somewhere around here. Whoa. here. Okay, I'm clearly getting confused. I see some scrap there. I'm gonna miss. And there is our Aimare base. Right, well, since I've gotten completely lost here, I'm gonna just go to the water place. Actually, the lead place is just... oh no, the water place is there. Okay, so I know somewhat where I am. Bonk. There we go. How much water did they need? 30 water. That'll at least give us a load of money. The water deliveries seem pretty valuable. There we go. The marker's in the wrong place. Let's go this way-ish. Right. Doing alright. Do this, do the lead delivery, and I'll get us some more scrap and some more cash. There's the water. Grand. That's enough for the... I keep saying upgrade when I'm talking about the Giga. I'm not sure it's an upgrade. I think it's more making it a dodgy design far, far worse, but... we will see. Scrap some around it. I keep seeing it. Keep failing to go over to it. There it is. Hey, finally got it. Right. Please excuse the flying. Using the controller is very different from using not controller. Well, that was just awful. Everyone ignore that. I know how to fly a plane, really. Come on. Turn around. Turn around. There we go. Slam it into the dirt. Planes like being slammed into the desert. Right, refuel, cargo, one more lead. The fun grade, yeah, perfect. The fun grade, I like that, and I am stealing it. Thank you very much, Flame. Right, gears come down. Oh. And settle. There we go, that's the lead. A little bit more money. And 60 scrap. Oh, those will be nice. Spend that. That's a lot of scrap we've got now. Please transport the dangerous radioactive materials here. I don't want to. Is that going to be timed, and if I fail, do I die of radiation poisoning? Right. Time for you enjoy your breakfast, Flame. Right, let's see what we can get. So there's the upgraded delta wing. Same weight, more lift. The delta wing has 0 drag, that's nice. Okay, yeah, so it's just a more lifting version. For 20, that's not bad. Rocket engine, heavier than the jet engine, more fuel consuming, bit more thrust. Maybe that's where I need to go. 50 for the big wing, which I definitely want. Much more lift. Even lower drag. Yeah, that's just a straight massive upgrade. And the cockpit, which I mostly want because I think that's a wider one, so it'll make a heavy plane look sensible. I'll tell you what, I've got 120. That's enough for the new delta wing, the new big wing, the new cockpit. I think that puts us in a very nice situation to both be able to do the new design of the Gigan. Hello, Rune. So yeah, that lets us redo the Gigan and then do a new, very large hauler. For now, we're going to need that speedy plane. So let's open the Gigan as it stands in all of its glory. Let's go with glory. Ah, that's one thing I didn't check. The new delta wing. Where is it? Oh no, it's the same price as the old delta wing. Perfect. So I can just swap them out. Forgot that also had the engines and everything attached to it, but fine, I can fix that. Right, retractable wheels. Yeah, I'll put those on the fuel tanks, because bracing your landing gear on the fuel tanks is always a good idea, and I'll hear no complaints to the contrary. And then, if my maths is mathsing, should be able to put 4 jet engines on. And we have generated something. And yeah, those are definitely canards on the front. I could put more on though. I'm going to actually put dedicated tail wheels on this thing. Its wings a little bit forward. Actually, they don't really need to be. Oh, maybe a little bit forward. The main thing is the... Oh, that should be okay. This thing can pretty much just jet itself into the air anyway. Yeah, okay. This will do, this will do. Paint the tail. Make it all pretty. Move that forward a little bit. I like the look of that. This is going to be interesting. Right. Okay, so yeah, one radioactive waste there for the explosion. So to start off with, we're going to go down there and let's see if we can start delivering some of these. So that should be the easiest one to do. Yep. Jesus. Yeah, this thing doesn't need a takeoff run. Oh god. Everything is fine. Okay, so when I don't need speed, I need to be really careful with the throttle. Yeah, this is reasonably controllable at, what's that, about a 5th throttle setting. Now it's just whether or not I can land this damn thing. It does slow down pretty fast with those chutes. So I definitely don't need to be braking too early. Oh, Jesus. Really need to be careful with the ground taxiing. Right, okay. We're gonna reset. And then, yeah, we're going there. 7 chemicals. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flora. That wasn't 7, that wasn't 7 at all. Timing-wise, though, that is fine. Perfect. On-time delivery. Well, we can definitely do these timed quests then. In fact, the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to swing down here because this only needs 3 chemicals, so I can do that in one trip. This thing is barely controllable. There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, look. Took it a little bit fast on the approach there. 1, 2, 3. Flora. Okay, so I don't need to slow down too much on the approach, but I do need to slow down a little bit. Yeah, it should be good. Timing looks good. There we go. Okay, 25 scrap and some coins. And they need some more chemicals. 5 chemicals. Oh. We know that this works. No one needs water right now, do they? No, no one's needing water. Those guys need ice. Should be an interesting delivery. But in that case, let's grab some more things. Let's see if we can do the syringe mission next. Now, this plane is very weird to fly. Definitely flies better when I'm at a more conservative engine setting. Alright. Okay, so we are doing the syringes to the mine. Yeah, no, they need 5 chemicals. So that's 3 syringes. 1, 2, 3. Take a 4th. Challenge here is going to be trying to put this thing down without breaking everything. Okay, 1 advance broke, but I did pick up an extra. There we go. I think that's it. Nice. Yeah, they just want fish now. They want 4 syringes. They want 4 chemicals. Right. Back to the plant. Definitely making some nice progress. This is a weird jet, but it is a good jet. Hang on. Oh, no, I don't want to pick up ice. Thought that map marker was a bit far away. It's wanting me to grab the ice first. I don't want to grab the ice first. I want to go there, deliver 4 syringes. Let's see what we can do here. So refuel 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 5 in case 1 breaks. Which one is almost certain to do? No, got them! Nice! No breakages. Hell yeah, first time. Phew. Load of coins. And another 50 scrap. Can you transport the nuclear waste to the storage facility? Yep. I'm not going to do that right now, but something that I am able to consider doing. Right, so they need fish, they need chemicals, they need chemicals. Okay. Oh, we can do that. Yet they just wanted more fish. I'm going to see if we can do the fish mission. It's going to reset to our home base because it's a little bit closer. But let's try to do an intercontinental time delivery. This is going to go horribly wrong. But most things go horribly wrong. forget what the fish packing plant looked like. So we'll just have to see. I've got loads of fuel to mess around with though. Yeah, no, that's looking fine. Okay, that's nice. So we made it down. What do we need to do? We need to deliver 2 fish. 1, 2, and Flora. Because building jet engines is a lot easier than building fridges. So this is what we're doing. Alright, I can definitely make the distance in time. Just can I get the landing in time? Or maybe a little bit close. Come on. Come on. There we go. Settle it down. There we go. There we go. Fish delivery. From one continent to another. Bunch more research. And yeah, let's... No, they want ice. They want chemicals. Let's go grab some more chemicals then. Alright, so each of these is 40. Okay, so I'll need to remember that. So we'd need 200 to be able to do the other one in a single shot. This one's definitely going to take us 2. These are really quick trips, so I'm not too worried about doing this multiple times. Nice little landing here. Slow down. There we go. I need 1 more chemical. Oh. Everything's fine, my planes are fine. Go, reset. Grab 1 more chemical. Smash into the ground and take off. Nice, plenty of time. And we go. Extra 50 scrap. Loads more resources. In that case, I think I'm maybe going to edit this design a little bit, see if I can do this in one trip. So I'll need to improve the capacity to 200, and then I'll be able to take all of that chemical in one shift. That advanced factory is now done with what it needs. Right, so pull that off. There we go, that is now 200. Gonna need to mess around a little bit with where these fuel tanks are. There we go. Long gigan. And what I want to do is put a couple more. Oh, that's actually perfect. It's kind of clipped in. I'm going to move that a little bit. So they're kind of aligned with the fuel tanks. That just gives us more braking ability, so that this thing can slow down a little bit faster. Okay, so a little bit heavier, should still be plenty to do this trip, especially if I can get it to slow down a little bit faster. Still takes off no problem. Yeah, when those chutes come out, this really bleeds speed. There we go. Bit of a bonk on landing. Right, now I should have enough to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and floor. Out of there and off we go. No, this thing really can stop on a dime now. There we go. Cha-ching. Nice big chunk of cash there. This design is doing absolutely lovely. I think that is the end of our timed quests. They need ice. They need radioactive waste. Yeah, so it's just the ice, the radioactive waste to go. I'm going to take the Gigan off. I just want to check out this area over here to see if there's any other bases, but then I think we're going to pop back and design a new... Oh, actually, what I'm going to do is going to do that. Then I'm going to fly over to the radiation plant and see how heavy that nuclear waste is that we need to deliver. And then we can design a brand new heavy hauler. Just want to check out over here and make sure there's nothing, no other airfields or anything that we've missed on the island. Doesn't look like it. See how much of a problem this is going to be. 600. Okay. Fair enough. So 600 capacity. We only need to deliver one, but that's fine. We can do that. So in that case, let's return to base and let's well, let's see what research we can get. Yeah, I think the new big plane's going to need the new big retractable wheels. Right, so they're giving thrust of 40, yeah, so... we do have electrics all over here that we can investigate. These are all small things. So I'll tell you what, I want to grab the rocket engine just for fun. I'm going to invest a little bit into electrics so that we can potentially start playing around with that. So they've got small batteries. Ooh, rotation joints and decouplers, that's fancy. Solar panels, air turbines. Yeah, rotation joint, why not? Decoupler, why not? Glider wing. And let's get a light wheel. There we go, so that's just a bunch of parts. I'm definitely going to save this. This is the Gigan 2. Lovely little plane, moves incredibly fast, but we're going to need something really, really chunky here. Let's go over to the largest cockpit as our starting point. So we need 600 in fuel and resource storage. I want to offset this so it's up a little bit. Looking at that, kind of want that to be longer. Yeah, that's fine. Now we need to stretch this out. Oh, almost there actually. Need another 6. There we go. That is the fuselage with enough storage capacity. So let's strap on the big wing. 90 lift. That's looking good. Right, wheels wise. Yeah, let's put on the big chunky wheels. I have a feeling this thing's going to need them. That's not going to give enough clearance, so... And yeah, we've got the big jet engines, nice and fuel efficient. Very expensive, but very fuel efficient. I'm gonna try and put 4 of these on. Yeah, we've got the money for 4. That's not gonna work perfectly, but I can move that up a little bit. There we go, that will give us a slight upwards tilt. Move these back a little bit. There we go, the rear wheel's just behind that. That's what we want. Now we're going to need some air surfaces, control surfaces. Tail wing. There we go. Those things look ridiculously small. No, those are too big. I wonder actually the original Delta wing. That does look a little bit more reasonable, to be honest. And the nice thing about the Delta wings is they are a zero drag, because they're magic. Okay, that looks ridiculous, but that one, there we go. That's a bit more reasonable. Move this down a little bit. Let's move that forward a little bit. There we go. This thing is definitely going to need some more fuel. Which is over here. There we go. That should be loads of fuel, especially with how fuel efficient this thing should be. I don't think I want double tail wheel there. Hello Flame. The Giga Mark II did a really, really good job. It is very fast, and we're now designing a jumbo jet. Because this all seems pretty good. I'll put commands for a little bit of extra control. Yeah, I think that's pretty much pretty good. Yeah, I could put 2 small electric engines on just to mess around with electric engines. I believe they're pretty much just going to provide us with some free thrust. We'll see how that works. Otherwise, that should be okay. That's got the capacity we need. The speeds are once again correct. Yep. Okay, I got the centre of mass a little bit wrong there. Okay, that's fine. Let's just shift that back a wee bit. That should be better. There we go. Barely balancing, but there it is. You know what? Let's start off with our ice delivery. Okay, these electrical engines are draining far more than the other ones are powering them, so yeah, it's going to not be great as it stands. I think we need like electrical power or so on. To be honest, I might just go for more jet engines. So I guess they do give us a little bit of an extra boost on takeoff, even though they then immediately stop functioning. This definitely feels a lot slower, having flown the Giga Mark II for a while. Considering that thing's getting up to like 500, 600 speed, this is trundling along at 150. But this is massive in comparison. Oh, I forgot to paint it, I'll need to paint it. Oh, it looks crazy, it looks like an actual airliner. What is this nonsense? Yeah, expendable rocket boosters for takeoff, which I think with the decouplers you can actually put on. fairly expensive way to get off the ground, but possible. Yeah, low fuel. Still, we made it here. There we go. Alright, so reset. Yeah, Germany and DCS, a lot of fun. Shark, a lot of fun. Right, how many ice were we supposed to deliver? I need to get around to actually properly learning the Shark. I did play around with it. I do have it. It's just one of those modules that I did the tutorial of and then didn't get actually a proper session in, so I need to deliver 3. You know what? I'm going to take a bunch, so when I inevitably screw up the landing, everything's fine. Oh, this is reset and repaired. Right. Maybe I put too much ice on. This is actually quite heavy, which is not going to be doing its fuel efficiency any good. Yeah, Shark did seem fun. Yeah, having more controls is always useful, especially on helicopters. Let's check the map here. Yeah, I'm not going to make it over there in one, so I am actually going to put down here. Yeah, I put in far too much there. Can't afford to break some, but I prefer not to. 7 broke, damn. I still got 4. Forgot to put air brakes on this, which is not going to be helping. Yeah, rebinding everything is always the pain when you get a new stick, especially if it's very different from your old stick. Right. Hi Yeti, welcome to the stream. We're just making a lovely ice delivery right now. Chunking along. I just have to make sure I don't break everything on landing, because I can only afford to break one bit of ice on landing. Unfortunately, this thing is relatively heavy. Come on. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Perfect. Right, Thank you for the ace. Got some coins. Thank you for the supplies. 60 scrap. Well, there we go, that's that mission rounded off. So the only one left is the radioactive waste. So I'm just going to pop back to base, make a couple of changes with this thing. And yeah, I see how having the not having buttons on the base would make binding a bit more complicated if you're used to that. The one thing I'd say with that Winwing HOTAS is if you do the kind of left uppermost one, the 5-way hat that is kind of off to the side, that is where I put most of my seldom used controls, because it's accessible, but it's a bit awkward, so it's kind of ideal for that. Right, well, I'm just going to spend points I have. I believe that's the entire research tree unlocked now. Excellent. Edit the plane. Right, so we do need a couple of things. I am going to put on an air brake to begin with. Don't think it needs like a massive air brake, but could definitely use one. Alright, let's just reduce that shortness a little bit. And I'm going to need to adjust it down because it's actually a little bit too high. There we go, that's fine. Adjust that down, so that's flush. Stick that on, no, stick one of those on the back. There we go. So that gives us some ability to slow down, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the money on some solar panels so that our electricals don't give out immediately on takeoff. And a little air turbine. Well, see what that does with our electrical consumption. Build Airbus 350. I'm building Drunk Plane. That's close enough to an Airbus, just with more engine. This needs to transport some radioactive material over there. Build an Airbus Beluga. You could do. Could try kind of a big fat-headed design, although I think this is going to be the largest that we need to generate mass for. We'll see if there are any follow-up missions with this. Right now, well, electrical generation is definitely fine, so we are getting a little bit extra thrust out of our little engines. So fuel efficiency, this is fine. Size-wise, this is fine. Handle's okay. It's got a little bit of a worrying amount of pitch control, but I do have canards on it, and I don't think it really needs canards, so I just kind of put them there because I like canards. There we go. Bonk. Right, now let's see if this thing can... Yeah, radioactive waste, no time limit, quite heavy. But not too bad. Yeah, man. Up we go. There we go. Okay, it's definitely heavy. This thing does have the thrust for it. I forgot to paint it again. Oh well. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. This thing definitely doesn't particularly like being in the air, but it's hanging in there. Landing gear coming down. Slow down a little bit. Speed up a little bit. Bonk. Land and brake. The radioactive materials are now securely stored in the bunker. You've contained the dangers on the islands are safe again. Yay! Mission complete. There we go. We have finished the early access version of this lovely, lovely game. Thank you so much for helping us out. Islands are safe again. And some that random money. Thus began Amnesia the bunker. Everything's fine. We put it away and it's gone forever. There we go. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop a save there. That's live. Then to round off the stream, I'm just going to pop into the sandbox then and see what kind of insane thing I can do. Because, yep, they are planning more content. This is early access. They've put a whole load of things. Things I'm particularly excited about is the... the passenger flights seem really interesting as a concept. But they're doing all sorts of other things, balancing things, adding, they say, a load of components, which would be nice because there are a fair few, but I feel there is a lot missing that they could add in. As first off, we had a request for a beluga, so sure, I will do my best. So that is notably going to be flared, but then... How can I not? Right, okay, I'm going to have to extend it a bit before I can... Oh no, there. I just wasn't clicking that right. There you go, that looks pretty much right. Just let me bring up reference image. Okay, kind of no. Well, it'll be close enough, I think. Limited controls that I have. Yeah, helicopters would be interesting to add in. Would also like to see a bit more of kind of rewards for breaking records, like doing airspeed records and things like that. Because you can certainly look yourself for them, but it'd be nice if the game was kind of recording all of that. There we go, funny little fat thing. Definitely going to need to use the big wings. How many engines does the Beluga have? Just 2. That don't seem right, but fine. We'll put on 2 engines. Gonna give it some... Yeah, the delta wings worked really well as tail fins last time, so I am going to do that again. No, not tail wing, delta wing. Then we're going to need some big gears. Ta-da! Ta-da! And yes, I am going to rotate those, don't worry, I'm not criminally insane. Actually, angle snap 45 should be, yeah, perfect to bring those in. Then that one gets moved up a bit. Not too much, a little bit. Where's centre of mass? Centre of mass is there, so we can move the wing back a little bit. And let's move landing gear back just a little bit. There we go. It's inevitably going to need more fuel. Just whack on some fuel on the underside. There we go. Not a perfect representation, but looks beluga-ish to me. See how it flies, if it flies. No. No, the answer is no. Not with 2 engines, it isn't. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Well, clearly, what the Beluga needs is more engine. It's the way planes work. More engine is more better. Alright, center of gravity, that needs to be moved back just a tad so it doesn't topple over. There we go, that one's getting up to speed a bit better. Kinda. Doesn't have a lift, does not have anywhere near the lift. In the air, technically. very technically. Oh god, this thing's... The wheels just detonated under the load. I suppose that I could actually put on bigger wheels. Because these are the heavier ones. Right, so 45 degrees down. There we go. Move that up just a smidge. Clearly, the only solution to this is more engine. There we go. That... Oh, and of course more wing. So we've only got... We've only got the one wing, we need more wing. Perfect. Perfect! There we go. So we get 1,000 cargo capacity into the air by adding more engine. Yeah, they're just really, really fat canards. Got canard on the front, auxiliary canard in the rear. That flies reasonable. It can do a loop, or it can do a roll. I don't think it can do a loop. It can kind of do a loop. It can't pull out the dive. Okay. Well, there we go. One big beluga for you two. Now, other thing that I wanted to do is just want to load the Gigabyte Mark II, because this thing was working well. But the one thing that we can do to make this better is this is currently being powered by jet engines, which are good, but they're not rocket engines. There we go. 4 rocket engines. I'll stick a fifth. Can't stick a fifth one on the rear. Looks weird though. There we go. 4 rocket engines. I want to see what the upgraded rocket Gigan is like. Sandbox, you might have unlimited fuel because this thing should have burnt out its fuel by now. I want to see if we can get to space. So right now we're accelerating while climbing. Past 5 kilometers. At least I'm assuming that meters. No, the altitude is The altitude's broken. There's only 4 digits, there's no 5th digit, so it's counting up and then going back to 0. So there's one thing we've seen here is, no, I don't think there is that much in the way of higher atmosphere modelling, because this thing still flies normally. I think I'm around about space right now. Well, that answered that question. Question number 2, how fast can this thing go in a dive? I can break the altitude meter, see if I can break the speed meter. Stress too high on tail fins, yeah, that makes sense. 1,300. We didn't need the tail pieces anyway, they're just slowing us down. 2,000 speed. Let's keep going. It actually flies pretty decently without its tails. You just need wings and canards. Oh god. Well, this is how fast we're going. So it's about 1,000 in level flight. It does a nice little lovely loop too. There we go. And still stops on a dime. Boom. Okay, the other things I just want to play around with are, I haven't looked at all at the balloon parts. So I'm going to do a really skinny little thing. Glider wings are somewhere here. There we go, glider wings. Basically have canards as the tail surfaces. Actually, let's keep the weight down even more. Do a V-tail. It's the lightest wheel. Put on some light little wheels. Oh, I see. So they go like that. Yeah, that's reasonable. Just move them up the side a wee bit. So there we go. Got a glider, and then onto the glider. Put a big balloon. Or even better, I'm going to use the decoupler. Don't know how to fire the decoupler, but I have a decoupler. So now in theory I can go up, release this thing, and then glide around. Have a perfect no-fuel aircraft. Which overbalances, of course it does, because I don't check the centre of mass. Yeah, these need to go back a bit. Front wheel lower than rear wheel. Ah, so it is. Right, you go up that way, I guess. There you go. Plane got up now. Is there... How I make glider go? Do I need to add more balloon? Also, don't know how to detach parts. Oh, there we go. Plane go up now. So that works great, except for the fact that I can't detach these because I don't know how to detach. Which is fine. Oh. Right. Yeah, just save as sandbox. We'll come back to this drunken design once I check to see if there is a control binding for decouple. Reverse, track gear, mouse cursor, scroll, clip. No, there's no combined control binding for decouple. Okay. Sandbox. Eee. And you lift things with a balloon by not burning it if these are helium or hydrogen balloons. I've just got a dirigible. Right. That's not the control I meant to click. Okay. Plan 2. Another way of getting the glider into the air, other than what I was doing, is to temporarily make it not a glider. Jesus Christ. Okay, yep, yeah, I asked for that. Oh yeah, and this has infinite fuel, doesn't it? So I've just made a rocket. That's a pretty nicely controllable rocket. Kinda getting Sidewinder vibes from the look of it. Don't know if I hit the edge of the map there, or... Yeah, I gotta admit, the sound on the rocket engine isn't great. I like the sound on a lot of the other parts, but the rocket engine is a little bit underwhelming. I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's a good idea. This is the Sidewinder. Right, Sidewinder has nose steering as well, doesn't it? This is the Sidewinder. Perfect. Let's just paint the end grey. There we go. I actually wonder, can I do this without the landing gear? Yes, I know it has no wheels. I'm not sure if any of the control surfaces know how to do lift. I'll tell you what, that's fine. I can fix this. I have bad ideas of how to fix this. Clearly, all we need is for this to be pointing upwards slightly. What can we do? Yeah, human-controlled Sidewinders. It's going to be all the rage. You'll see. Ah, no, I know what to do. These, stick them into the hull a little bit. Undo that. Undo that. I love that this game has an undo button. DCS World still does not have an undo button. Okay, now it should naturally rest a little bit up. Whee! It works! We have developed the Sidewinder. 3000 speed. Yeah, I imagine the wing stress is too high. 4000 speed. Still accelerating. 5,000 at the end there. Oh yeah, the pilot no good. Well, if we just like take out all of the gooey parts of the pilot, it'll be fine. And just have like their brain attached to a HOTAS controller. I am proud of my Sidewinder. But what it needs is just the nose canards to be painted. There we go. There we go. I'll take a screenshot there, because gonna have to. But yeah. Otherwise, I think we've done most of what this game really has to offer right now. I've had a blast. It's been the last 3 sessions of this. I've got, what? Somewhere between 8 and 10 hours of enjoyment out of this game, which is, I'd say, absolutely reasonable. It's not that expensive. I can't remember how much, but it's not that expensive. Might be available on mobile. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this game, definitely if they add more parts, maybe some more mission types and things to keep the campaign going. But yeah, I have had a lot of fun. I think this is where we're going to be leaving this here, because I don't really know what else to do at this point. I think at next week we'll be doing something else. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next week, so if you have any suggestions, do let me know. Prefer to keep these Sunday sessions to non-DCS just for a little bit of something different. So do just throw in any ideas that you have. And otherwise, thank you all for joining me on this insane little adventure. Yeah, that's exactly right, Flame. So Flames just pointed out this is $10. So yeah, 10 hours for $10. A buck a hour, I'd say is absolutely reasonable for the amount of fun I've had. This is lots of silly fun, and I think they can definitely go a lot further with this. Anyway, hope to catch you all in a future video, and until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else, except whoever designed this thing. Bye bye.